I remember back when I was around 13 years old, going to visit a friend where they showed me the first chapter of Deltarune. For some prior context, I was a massive Undertale fan. I used to build these massive Undertale worlds in Minecraft, which I unfortunately never managed to finish. I remember being absolutely stunned when I saw this game, and immediately played it start to finish when I got home. It was special. I remember searching up how to find all these secrets, how to find the secret boss that only the best of players can defeat, theories and explanations of the story, especially the ending. I remember the sheer amount of shock I had when I saw it, and I loved every second of it. Deltarune felt like the next big thing I could dive deep into. It felt like the next iteration of Undertale. It was like a game that would give me the same feeling as Undertale, and this was just the start. It was just chapter 1 out of supposedly 7. Deltarune was also Toby's special project, the one he got thought of way before Undertale even began development. And then silence. While this came as a shock to a younger version of myself, I didn't really mind it too much. Deltarune was still on my mind, but during this time I was busy doing what every kid around my age was doing, playing Fortnite. It was not until late 2019 when I discovered that Toby posted a snippet of the next chapter of the game, containing a song called Welcome to the City. This song is to this day one of my favorite songs from the game. It came at the perfect time, and some of my early private YouTube videos use it as a background song back in 2020. It's kind of funny looking back at Toby saying that the city was going to be extremely small, knowing how wrong that statement is today. 2020 was in general quite a weird year, mostly because of the virus thing, you know what I mean. But I had also graduated middle school and spent most of my summer break working on really bad YouTube videos while awaiting high school. The Welcome to the City song is what kept my mind on the game for the most part, that soon I would see this city and experience it in game. Soon I got into high school, and to be honest, 2021 was quite a terrible year for me. There were a lot of personal dramas I don't want to get into, but when I heard that chapter 2 of Deltarune was releasing, I literally decided to skip school and play the game. I faintly remember walking into the cyber world and hearing the song for the first time, as the chapter looked far more promising than the previous one already. As a massive fan of the cyberpunk aesthetic, this chapter really appealed to me, especially once I've entered the city, the one that has been on my mind since 2019. The characters, the humor, the areas, the bosses were great, but what was especially interesting was the hidden route people discovered a few days after the chapter released, the Snowgrave route, very similar to Undertale's No Mercy run. I remember myself attempting this run as soon as it was discovered, and just being completely amazed at how messed up it was. It was way more serious than the genocide run and involved you literally manipulating your childhood friend into killing things for you, as you hear the unsettling lower pitched version of Welcome to the City. The best part, however, was obviously Spamton Neo, the hidden boss of this chapter that turned into the final boss in the Snowgrave route. This was, at the time, the hardest fight in the entire game, and I loved struggling against him. One of the main themes of Undertale was about how your choices affect things around you, how you have the power to change the course of the entire game. But that is not the case in Deltarune. You're always told that no matter what you do, it shall not matter at all in the grand scheme of things. But this route went against that philosophy set up right from the beginning, and it was exhilarating. It was like you were breaking the game, going out of your way to create your own path, something that you shouldn't do. Everything was done with your own choices, no matter how messed up they were. It is heavily implied that Deltarune is some sort of game simulation, most likely created by Dr. W.D. Gaster, the old royal scientist from Undertale, and the character I have an old unreleased video about from 3 years ago that even I forgot what was supposed to be about. Gaster is something that has fascinated me and many other fans throughout the years heavily, and seeing him actually being a presence in Deltarune is really cool. It is believed that he's the one who corrupted Jevil and Spamton through his trickery and the one pulling all the strings, treating this as just some sort of experiment. Also, imagine the outrage that would happen if Mystery Man was not actually Gaster. That would be so funny. After chapter 2, Deltarune was even more in the back of my mind, and in 2022, my favorite part of Deltarune was revealed, the Spamton Sweepstakes event. Initially only marketed as a charity event featuring Spamton as the mascot and funny memes, it was quickly discovered that the Spamton Sweepstakes website hid many secrets that told us more about the Deltarune world and the characters. This involved Noel's blog, December, and even the Green Room. It was really fun looking around this website and going across all the redirects, and is my personal favorite part of this experience. It feels like there is some sort of ARG or scavenger hunt here that lets us have more insight into what this game is really about. I love that this is here, and I hope to see more of it in the future. Now that I make YouTube videos and actually do stuff in my life, when I heard that the next chapters were releasing in 2025, I've gone ahead and completed 2 full 100% runs, both in Pacifist and Snowgrave, ready to experience these new chapters. And the new Spamton Sweepstakes update was also there. It's great. Now that I've completed both new chapters, there's a bit I want to say before I end this video. So spoilers ahead. Please play them if you haven't already. You owe it to yourself. Chapter 3 was extremely unique and original. I've had a lot of fun. The night boss is now my favorite fight that Toby Fox has ever made. Actually, maybe Photoshop Flowey is up there, I don't know. Tenna is funny, the secret sword route is a great replacement for Snowgrave, and I do not think it should be done on pacifist playthroughs. And Nowhere and getting the egg is really interesting. As for chapter 4, this is now my new favorite chapter in the entire game, and I'm still shocked by the quality of it. The last segment of this chapter is genuinely some of the best gaming moments I've had in a very long time, especially the lead up and the final boss. But I think the real shocker of this chapter is the ending. Seeing chapter 5 2026 made me gasp, and I can't wait to play it. Also, I just want to mention that the soundtracks are just goddamn incredible. The main theme of chapter 4 is about the prophecy, that everything is predetermined and there is nothing we can do against it. However, everything we have been doing so far seems to have some sort of point. So I am very excited to see where the story goes from here. Honestly, that's kind of all I have to say. I apologize that this is a very short video and probably doesn't add much value, but I really wanted to talk a bit about this game and how it seems to release new chapters at a very convenient time, every single time. Part of me wishes that chapter 5 was coming out way later and that this game would last forever. But you know, things don't last forever. I am going to make a full video about this game, going over everything it has to offer one day when it's fully finished. And while I'm very excited for that day, I also fear it. I fear that there will be no more Deltarune to look forward to in the future, which is just, I don't know man, it's kind of scary. I hope some of you can relate with this video and it wasn't boredom. Next video will be about Elden Ring Night Rain, and if you enjoyed, consider subscribing, and as always, take care of yourselves and have a good night.